Hi everybody, it's Julia, your trusted travel expert from Mathis and Travel, and I wanted to talk to you this week a little bit about the cost difference or the value difference between solo or independent travel and group or escorted travel. And that's basically because I know I've talked before about the benefits of traveling alone independently by yourself or, with a family group or traveling with a group, but I haven't talked about how the cost comes into play there. And since I've just come from basically two trips, one a 10-day fully guided, fully escorted tour, all-inclusive luxury tour versus 10-ish days on my own independently, I really, when I was pricing them out, I was really kind of, taken aback or I wanted to talk through the cost with you. And that's because if you look at trip one, and that was, like I said, about 10 days, all-inclusive, more or less, not quite every single meal, but almost all-inclusive, guided, escorted. So all of the transportation, all of the tours in the places we visited, all of that was already included and bundled in the price. Most of the meals, most of the drinks, all of that. That priced out to be about between $5,000 and $6,000. I think it was closer to $5,000. So it's about $500 a day. Because again, if you remember when I talked about package pricing, you divide it by the number of days you're gone. So that's about $500 a day. And some people might say like, wow, that's a lot. But if you remember, everything was included. So then when I was pricing out the second part of my trip in Croatia, they came back initially with a price that was all luxury hotels, the same, all private guides, private transportation, everything like that for just me. So those costs were just split. They weren't split. They were just for me. And that trip ended up pricing out right around $5,000 as well. Now, of course, since I was traveling alone and didn't need luxury hotels and didn't need all that private transportation, I obviously bumped them back, used more like 3-4 star hotels, shared transportation, shared tours, things like that. And of course, I had to pay all my meals and everything and drinks separately. But just to let you know, that price, that more moderate trip ended up being about $2,000, give or take. That might have been euros. But regardless, if you look at it, those were two different $5,000 trips that were 10 days. And you look at what I got, the value I got out of the guided tour, the Tauk tour, and it's unbelievable. I mean, like I said, you never had to touch your bag. Really, you zipped it up in the hotel room and then it showed up in your hotel room for you to unzip it and use it at the end of the day. You didn't have to worry about how am I going to get to the hotel or where is the hotel. There was always a guide to tell you, oh, you should try this restaurant, you should go to this neighborhood for dinner, et cetera, et cetera. Besides the fact that all of our tours were guided, and we had options of tours to do or not to do or anything like that. It was all included. You never had to worry about how much it was costing or how much additional it was going to be. So the value you get from an all-inclusive or a guided tour really can be shocking. Again, if you're looking at that independent tour that was comparable hotels, 5-star hotels and private transportation, obviously if that had been split across a group of 10 or something like that, that might have been a much better value. But I just wanted to sort of have you think about value and remember, divide that bulk price into the number of days and look at what's included. Look at what you're going to get for your money, and that will really help you decide whether the guided tour will be the better value or an independent tour will be a better value. So that's it for this week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.